Yeah, Dave, were you pleased with the way your pitchers performed tonight?
Oh, yeah. I thought they did a good job. McGuire had a little trouble throwing strike one, but then he did a good job after that. First 3 or 4 hitters was 1-0, and then he kind of went to work. It was really good to see. Kept the pitch count down, faced like 10 hitters, I think, and threw like 40 pitches. And, everybody did a good job, and they're all still ready to roll for the weekend.
I think there were 2 innings where he had a double play. Obviously, Ethan got out of the jam there at the end with the strikeouts. Just what did you think about how your pitchers performed with base runners?
Well, like you said, we turned 2 double plays. I mean, really the first inning, C&I single, jam shot, and then, nice job of locating the pitch away. Left-hand hitter grounds out to short, turns double play. Then we get the out. Get out of the inning, and I don't know. I mean, I thought they did a great job because they didn't score. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to say they all did a great job with runners on. And Eves gave up, I think, 1 single and had one, and it was just a ground ball up the middle. The only ball that was really hit hard on him was kind of on a hanging curve ball. Other than that, I mean, he got ground ball after ground ball and, strikeout, and just did a really good job.
You guys got on the board in the 5th inning, and then you loaded the bases, and Robinette got that double, and it felt like that kind of opened the game up a little bit. Just what were your thoughts on that hit?
Yeah, so that's the big hit. We hadn't gotten that hit in a while. We worked hard to load those bases. I think they made a mistake, on an error on a throw, and then I think there was a walk in there. I don't know, all went down there, but Robinette stepped up and hit the first, second pitch right down the line, hit it hard, and all of a sudden we're up 4 runs and we're still hitting. So obviously that was the big hit we've been looking for.
Last Thursday you said you might move Gabe Gackle to the bullpen. You pitched him tonight. Is that an indication that he's going to come out of the rotation this weekend?
We'll talk about that after we get to Thursday, I guess.
How did you feel Gabe pitched tonight?
I thought he did okay. I mean, he threw his fastball for a strike, mid-90s. I thought he threw the ball extremely well.
What did you want to see from bringing Gackle in tonight in a midweek relief appearance?
Let him get a little work in, really, more than anything, and he hadn't come out of the pen all year, so get a little experience there in case we decide to do that. Yeah.
How good was it to see Stewart has been a power threat for you guys, but to have a home run tonight and go in the opposite way too? I mean, how important is that for? I know he has a lot of pull power, but just to have that in his bag and
Yeah, I mean that's 3 of his home runs have gone the other way, and hit some other balls hard the other way. Teams are pitching him a little bit away, obviously. Just and he hit another ball hard tonight, so just hard contact. That's what we look for. But it's nice when you can hit the ball out the other way, which he's obviously, I think he's got 50 homers in his career now. So he definitely, he's had to hit a few of them that way.
So in that 3-run inning, or I guess it was 5-run inning, but Robinette, the 3-run double, Nolan leads off with a strikeout but gets on first. How important is it for this offense to turn it around that, you guys have to capitalize when a team gives you those kinds of moments?
Yeah, I mean, they gave us an extra out, He did a great job of battling. Souza did, and he saw the breaking ball 4 times. So I was surprised that he chased it. It was ball 4. And the catcher knocked it down and scrambled around and then threw it high. But I like the fact that Souza hustled down there. If he didn't hustle down there, he wouldn't have beat it out. I think the first baseman tried to come down and miss the bag is what it looked like. But, yeah, I mean, when you get 4 outs an inning, take it. And we took advantage of it. They gave us another, free pass there. As far as they made another error. And, we score runs when teams get 4 outs an inning or 5. Usually they're going to score more than 1 run.
Last thing on the pitching staff for me, I mean, 1 walk tonight. Just is that encouraging? I mean, I know that you got to carry it over to the weekend still, but just how important is that for this staff?
No, it was great. Yeah, I mean, and the walk was a full count walk after a foul ball or 2. No, we did a great job of throwing strikes. I think we had another maybe a 2-0 count or a 3-0 count, 3-1 count. Guys, got back in the count and obviously didn't walk him. But you know, that's been a little bit of an issue the past couple of weeks, and tonight it wasn't, and could have made the difference in the ball game, especially as low scoring as it was early. You know, it could have flipped it.
It feels like a lot of teams are throwing a lot of breaking balls and off speeds to y'all to get y'all out of a rhythm. What kind of approach do you want to see from your hitters whenever you know they're going to be throwing a lot of breakers and then, you know, bring it up to 96?
The approach on off speed is to hit the ball right back where it came from, or oppo a little bit. You got to let the ball get deep, and you got to see it up. Easier said than done. You know, teams are throwing us fastballs and they're coming with change-ups, sliders, and the sliders are hard. You know, they're still 86 mile an hour, which is, you know, some people's fastball these days. But it's, you know, it's an approach that if you're going to hit off-speed pitch, you can't try to pull it unless it's really in, and then it's easy to pull it. It just happens. But you've got to try to hit the ball right back up the middle on off-speed pitch.
It seemed like last week Dossett pitched a couple of really good innings for you, and before the ninth up at Springfield, and then he had a good outing tonight. I think he was pretty good the outing before Missouri State. What are you seeing from him, and how much confidence does it give you in him?
Well, we're seeing him throw the ball over the plate and working ahead in the count, and that's when he's got good stuff. You know, he's got a couple of pitches he can get you out with, and if he can get ahead, he can go to work on you. And tonight, he was all around right there on that plate. It was beautiful.
I think they scored riders. It was a double, but he got to third. I feel like he's kind of like willing the team, like pushing them with his play.
You talking about he made it to third? He didn't just slow down and go to second.
That's right.
Yeah, and then he can score on a wild pitch, and kind of like he did. So that was just good hustle. I thought that was good hustle. Souza had really good hustle on a strikeout. You know, it starts to add up if you just play the game the way you're supposed to. Usually good things start to happen for you.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about Cade Smith, too. He made a nice defensive play for them, got a couple hits. I think whenever they were here in the fall, he seemed like he had a big game then. What have you thought about the kind of player he's grown into? Yeah,
he's become a good player. You know, when he came in here, he was actually a pitcher and a position player, and really more of a pitcher. But he had a hurt arm. And we started just DHing him really towards the end of fall. And he really wanted to play. He wanted to, we told him we were going to redshirt him, and he needed a red shirt, especially, with what had gone on that fall. But it looks like he's gotten in really good shape. He's a tough out at the plate, and we could tell he could hit. You could tell he had a little knack for hitting. But good for him. Proud of him for working hard and doing what he's doing.
I think it was after the second game last week against Auburn, you said you liked what you were seeing from Cujillo, some progress tonight, 2 walks and that hard hit. I mean, is it as simple as chasing? Are you seeing anything with the swing, too, right now?
Yeah, I mean, in the big inning, he had a 2-0 count and had a fastball that was maybe 1 ball up, 2 balls up. He's been swinging at that a lot. It's okay to swing at it if you hammer it, but he hadn't been. He took it, and they might have thrown him a strike, then they ended up walking him. I don't remember, but that was part of the beginning, and he was a big part of that inning because he took that walk. And then, his last at bat, I mean, that could have hurt somebody. And he got ahead in the count, and he got a pitch that he could handle, and he hammered it. And when you start doing that, again, good things start happening for him. You start hitting the ball in the alley, and he's going to get his hits.
Coach, appreciate your time.
Okay.